So if you've ever read any Clayton Christensen, he talks about jobs to be done. Very famous quote, which is that people don't buy drills. You know, so if you buy like a big power tool drill from Black & Decker or whatever, people actually don't buy drills, he says. They buy holes. And so when you buy a drill, you're not actually buying a drill. You're buying the ability to make holes. So that's the job to be done. But it's a bit more complicated than that, isn't it? Because there's different types of jobs to be done. So you could have a kind of functional job to be done, which is to drill a hole. But if you're a man, then maybe this will resonate with you. You might actually be buying a kind of emotional job, which is when you buy this big power tool and you feel like a real man, like your dad, or just however it defines your identity, then you might be buying a drill, but then you're buying so much more than a drill. And you're buying a big chunky power tool that represents you being a man. So that's why they look big, and they're not often in pink for example, so it should make you feel like a man when you're using it. So I think this is a pretty interesting thing. I saw a funny movie, for example, where they were creating electric cars. And the electric car, the problem that men had when they were driving the electric car is it was too quiet. So you just you start your car, and if you have one of those big muscle cars, like what's that famous muscle car? The Mustang, so Ford Mustang. So if you have one of these big muscle cars, you start it up, and what's the noise that you want to come out of this thing? It's like, like something like this. Sorry, that was more of a motorbike. But anyway, you get the idea. So you want that kind of noise. And so they, in this meeting where they were talking about how to design the electric car, they were actually having discussions around, can you put that noise back into the electric car? So that's not a functional job to be done. That's an emotional job to be done, or maybe even a social job. So they talk about social jobs because we're social creatures. We want to be seen by others in some way.